Yobo, welcome to another episode of In the Life of MightyFan. This is Memorial Day weekend. I'm probably covering the microphone. Memorial Day weekend 2023. I hope you all are having a wonderful, or had a wonderful Memorial Day. I'll probably post this on Memorial Day. Doing a little vlog here, a little weekend vlog. I didn't film. I did go to the Mitchell Ness store for they're doing a 30% off deal for Memorial Day weekend. I just walked out there with a couple snapback hats. I thought about getting a couple things, but I'm like, you know what? I got a trip coming up. In a few weeks, a little over a week, I should say, to Maryland to be with my buddy Slim. Hope he's doing well. And I'm like, I really shouldn't probably, do a lot, but I wanted to go get 30% off of something, so I just got a couple of hats. I'll show them when I wrap this vlog up. They just I thought about maybe like a couple of those shorts, but then the thing that the one issue I have with their and they're good shorts. I like them. I have more than enough of them. But the one issue I have with the swingman shorts that they have, they're kind of heavy. So like wearing them in the summer can be problematic, and they're shorts, but yeah, they get kind of hot if you're not wearing, particularly if you're wearing something somewhat heavy like a jersey, out, and you got those shorts on. Yeah, there's ventilation. Like it's not like there are these wool shorts, but the material is a little heavy, and they had some Phillies ones that I was thinking of because they go with the white burgundy pinstripe jerseys from the, or I guess they're dark red jerseys from like the 70s and 80s era. And I thought about getting those to go with some of my jerseys, but I'm like, I got a pair of Philly shorts that goes with just about all my old school Philly stuff, and they're lighter. They're like Nike shorts, so they're kind of lighter in material. So, do I need to get another pair right now? Probably not. I'll just go with those for the most part. I also have another pair of Philly shorts that goes with more of the current stuff, so I think I'm okay in that regard. I was looking at stuff. If they had some stuff in my size, I may have walked out of there with another swingman jersey, because I did ask about the white Mark Price Cleveland Cavaliers. Shout out to Snacks. The white Mark Price Cleveland, and Berto's a Cavs fan, so shout out to Nostalgia Boy. And Slim. I'm getting the S's confused. Snacks is a big Mark Price fan from back in the day, so shout out to both of you. But I did think about getting that Mark Price jersey because I saw it. They just didn't have it in a 2X. So I'm like, all right, well, there's money saved there. I did briefly think about getting that throwback Miami Heat J. Will jersey, but I'm like, I can get that another time. And also I did think about that Nathan McKinnon, the Blue Line Collection, the Blueberry Avalanche jersey, but I'm like, that's another one that I can get another time. Like I said, I really wasn't going there to throw down. I was just going there just to pick up a couple things. One of the hats I wanted, I was able to grab, so that's going to be a hook hat to a jersey down the road. So I do have my eyes on something for down the road that I wanted to get that hat for. So he did that. They obviously they had a ton of stuff. It's just, sometimes it's kind of hard when you're in there kind of just to, not do as much, but you still want to do something. Like it's like one of those things. I want to walk away with something in here, but I don't want to go like, let me go, let me just go throw down. Oh, this. I didn't want to do that, but it was nice to get out. Just drove down there, picked up a couple hats, came home, stopped off at Wawa. I got I don't know if I could show this right, but little, got some breakfast burritos, got some mashed taters with the chicken strips there. And I saw for the summertime, this is my favorite tasty cake. So they brought these back. This I'm actually going to put in the fridge because I like these a little colder. The orange cream, the creamsicle. Tasty cake pie. These are, and they only come out in the summertime. So, because Memorial Day weekend is the official start of the summer season, they're starting to stock those. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming home. But I do have to put them in the fridge. I do like to put them in the fridge, and I might like eat them like the next day or something. I like them a little cold, and so there's that. Now I have these. I haven't tried these yet. So hers does these different chips every year, flavored chips. Last year they did like a Philly flavor. They had a few Philly flavor chips. This year they're doing like different stuff. Like it's almost like they did a mustard one, like a spicy mustard. They did a ketchup. They did a pickle, and they did this one, which is a sweet onion. And I've tried the other three, but I haven't tried this one yet. So I'm gonna try this one. At the risk of Slim, getting me on the putting food in my mouth like he does it with all of us, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna try this. It's good. It's good. I don't think the flavor is as bold as some of the other chips. Like the pickle one, like you can really taste that pickle when you eat it. The mustard one and the ketchup too. Like the flavor really pops more on those. This one I think is a little mild, a little bland. Maybe mild is a better word for it. So I like it. You can taste the onion. It has a little bit of an aftertaste, but not like it doesn't overpower it. So it's a decent chip. But I think the others have just a bit more flavor. And I found these at my local Giant. You got the Arizona hard iced tea. So I like Arizona, and I like hard iced teas. So this is the best of both worlds for me, right? Yeah, that's good. I like that. And I got the variety pack. So I got that one. And there's peach, and I forget the other one. But maybe the green tea, I'm not sure. But so there's 3 in the party pack. So I just picked that up yesterday. So I guess I should eat the food while it's still hot. That might be a good idea. So I'm gonna stop this right now, and I'm gonna have a little lunch. And I'm just, mostly this weekend, I'm just gonna veg out. I'm gonna watch some movies. I got the Yankee Padres game on right now on MLB Network, so I'm just gonna veg out probably the rest of the day, and then tomorrow I'm probably gonna go over to KOP just to peruse, look around, see what's what. I haven't been there in a bit, so just do that. I was thinking of doing it today, but yeah, the lazies are starting to come, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm good for the rest of the day now. So I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. I might vlog in there. I'm not sure. We'll see if I do or don't. But I got a couple of things to do tomorrow. I want to visit with my mom and just kind of, do different stuff. And then Sunday's just a complete slug day. I'm not doing anything. I'm just staying in. Probably I might do like the last of the vlogging for this. I'll show some, those hats I got. Maybe if I pick anything else up at KOP, which I don't really think I will, but you never know what Lids has. I can see Slim now just saying, you know damn well you're going to pick up a hat at Lids. Stop! He's probably not wrong about that, but you never know. Sometimes I go in there and they really don't have anything that catches the eye. Sometimes they do, but, we'll see. And now I'm going to go so I can eat. And that's it for right now. But with the magic of editing, you get to see the whole weekend go through, right? So this is only the beginning. All right. Back in the vehicle again, huh? So just leaving the gas station here. Slim remembers this station. We got that Fiero parked over there. It's not Fast and Furious enough. It doesn't have a rocket strapped to it. But so that one hasn't been in space. But I am leaving the station. I'm on my way. I'm just gonna do a couple things. I'm not gonna go to KOP. Okay, I have the green. That's good. Because I decided just to do some other stuff instead. $3.59 at that station, which is actually one of the cheaper stations in the area. But the problem I've had with that station is twice it's overflowed me at different pumps over the years. So I'm always a little more cautious at that station because it's overflowed on me a couple times while pumping the gas. But you know, it is what it is. I guess that's what happens when you get cheap gas. I don't know, but I am going to go to Burlington. I think there's a Ross there too. And I like to go to those places because you can, as we know, you can find some cheaper shirts and stuff like that there. But obviously, you know, the summer, now I guess we're officially, well, we're not officially in the summer by the calendar, but by it being Memorial Day weekend, I guess, yeah, it's the start of the summer, right? Everyone says it's the official start of the summer. So I guess we're in the summer. Even though it doesn't officially start until, what's it, June 21st, but yeah, we got Memorial Day weekend here, so we're gonna call it summer. As I was saying before I got sidetracked, as I usually do, so I like going to those places anyhow, but there was a post a little bit back, and people apparently were finding Mitchell & Ness jerseys at Burlington. Now they're swingman jerseys. I think it was like Magic Johnson, Laker jerseys. These are probably guys from California. So I guess the jersey depends on where you are in the country. I don't have a lot of luck. Like whenever people say I'm finding jerseys at Ross and whatever, I go to mine and it's like crickets. You know, it's just it's every now and then you might find something, but it's not like, you know. I remember some years ago when Hustler Hacks on YouTube, and Hustler's one of those. He has to go to Ross like every other day or something, right, to get the stuff that he gets. Or some of these big time, you know, Ross vloggers on YouTube, like they're there all the time. Like it's a second home, you know. They go there all the time. So obviously they have better chance at finding stuff because they go in volume than, you know, someone like me who might go there, you know, here and there, you know, a couple times a month maybe. But I remember some years ago when he did a video about finding all these, you know, mostly swim. They had some authentics too, some Nike authentic, LeBron James Cavs, and there was a couple Laker jerseys in there too. I think it was the first City Edition jersey, I guess, the Magic Johnson, you know, designed Laker jersey, the purple with all the black pinstriping going down. And there was those, and it was the Cavs jerseys from like towards his last season in Cleveland, and that design, you know, different Cavs jerseys. And the one I really wanted, and I still do, was the alternate Cleveland jersey, the land jersey, the gray jersey, which a lot of people hate, but I like it. And it had it even had the Goodyear ad sponsor on it. And he had a bunch of those, and he had a bunch of other ones, and he was basically like going through and he must have gone to how many stores, but going through, oh, here's another one, oh, here's another one, you know, and they just kept popping up. And I went to like 4 Rosses in my area. I couldn't find one LeBron, not one jersey. I found like a practice-looking jersey, which I actually got a Steph Curry of some years ago at a Ross. But I did not find any swingman Nike, nothing, none of that stuff. I mean, not an authentic, let alone, you know, a swingman, let alone an authentic, you know, Nike. But, you know, every location gets different stock, and I don't know, maybe because LeBron played on the Heat, they for some reason, a lot of LeBron jerseys went to Florida. I have no idea. But, so I was a little butthurt about that one, because I'm like, ooh, I want that. And I kept looking, and I kept coming back empty-handed, and I'm like, damn, man, how are these people finding these jerseys? Because it wasn't just him. Because, you know, I used to follow him pretty regularly, because, you know, you can get kind of tips and whatnot of what you can find at Ross and different stuff. And he did like a weekly, I guess like kind of show with some other person, I guess, in that community, shoes or whatever, sneaker community, whatever it was. And they would have like other people within, I guess, that, you know, that community, the Ross shoppers, I guess, post pics, you know, these sneakers are there, this is what they found, kind of thing. And a lot of them found those LeBron jerseys. And I'm like, damn it, man, there's not one jersey in the Rosses I go to, and all these people in these other areas are finding boatloads of LeBron jerseys everywhere. And I know it's one of those things you have to act right away, because the stuff doesn't stay. People get them and they flip them on eBay and whatnot. I mean, Hustler does it, you know, and all these other, you know, people, you know, within that community, they do it. I mean, they buy these jerseys for what, $20, and they flip them on eBay for like, you know, $80, $100, whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, you have to act kind of quick. But I mean, I think the best jersey I ever found, because years ago, TJ Maxx, I guess Mitchell and Ness sold a bunch of their old stock to TJ Maxx, and they had like the China runs, but they had Eagles jerseys, authentics. You know, they had the one I got was the green 1960 Tommy McDonald. And that's probably the best jersey I ever picked from any of these places. But they had remember they had the white Reggie White with the smaller circular Jerome Brown memorial, and the jersey was too small for me, but I cooped it years later from Ron. Rest in peace to Ron. And I remember seeing a green Ron Jaworski 1980. It was too small, so obviously I couldn't get it. Otherwise, I would have walked away with that one. And another TJ Maxx, and I think I saw Wilbert Montgomery. I think, if I remember, it was either Wilbert or Carmichael. It was one of the two. But again, it was too small. It was like a medium, you know, or a large. So that's the only problem. Sometimes you'll find something that's like, it's not my size. Shit. It's like that moment where you get all excited, ooh, there's this, and then you look at the size tag, you're like, damn it. But there used to be some Mitchell Ness jerseys. There's Phillies. They used to have Phillies jerseys. They used to have Sixers. I did get a 82-83 Maurice Cheeks at a TJ Maxx years ago too. And the road red one. And I did get my authentic cream Roy Halladay Phillies Majestic jersey at TJ Maxx dirt cheap, because at that time he had retired, and they blew out a lot of his jerseys, I guess, at TJ Maxx or whatever. But this time of year, like between now and the fall, is really a good time to go, because you get a lot of, they're just, a lot of places blow up the stuff, they're starting to get ready, for the fall season coming, back to school, going to be coming up before you know it. You got the, the changeover of seasons, and, so they're going to be dropping all these different things throughout the summer and into the fall, where you'll get like jerseys and, different, hoodies and shirts and, hats and all sorts of stuff. I know Ross usually gets like the season prior, like the NFL hats, whatever was worn, the on-field stuff the year before, and the batting practice hats from the year before. Usually like $10 each or whatever. And and they usually start surfacing around now. And stuff like that. So probably if I would say what the best time to go is probably between now and the fall, because you're gonna, at least for sports stuff, because you get a lot of places blowing stuff out and just selling it to places like Ross and TJ Maxx and stuff, because they have to make room in it for the new stuff, for the fall stuff. So stuff that hasn't sold, goes there. Fanatics probably sell stuff to them, what have you. It's all about moving the product, and the stuff that hasn't moved or they got overstock of, they're gonna, eventually you're gonna see it at these other places that are cheaper prices. But a lot of times when you see people, even in our Jersey Head community on Facebook, and they're posting, oh, I found this jersey at Ross, this. I'll go to my local ones and it's like nothing, hardly anything at all. And it's always so disappointing. I remember the one year, some years ago, people were finding a bunch of NFL, I guess the limited or whatever, basically the swingman line of football, Nike jerseys. And they were getting like the Bears celebrate, I guess, their 100th, and they had like that throwback jersey. People were finding that jersey at their local, Ross's and whatnot, other jerseys. And I went to mine, and it was like, I kept finding, I'm blanking on his name, the running back from Todd Gurley. I kept finding Todd Gurley jerseys. And he had already, he was on Atlanta, so he was already off the Rams, but I kept finding his Rams jersey. And that was the only jersey I saw. Meanwhile, people were finding jerseys with flair, a patch, all that stuff. All we have is Todd Gurley jersey. I think I saw like maybe one or two others, but it wasn't anything, to write home about. And I remember ones that people were finding like hockey jerseys, like player name and number of hockey jerseys. And I went and there was like nothing. It was nothing. But it's all about timing, right? Other people may have known about it ahead of time. Some people get the inside scoop, which I don't. But so they, they go, they buy, they flip. I mean, it's a big business, I'm sure, but so we're getting close now to where I have to turn off here. And just a couple stops. Close to my favorite hoagie place, Lee's, so I'll probably get a Lee's for dinner tonight. But so far it's been a nice weekend. Nothing too tremendously tremendous, but that's fine. It's nice to have that little extra time, a little 3-day weekend. It's Sunday right now, and beautiful day out. Guess I want to turn here, right? Another shout out to the Philly Captain. I know one of his more recent videos, he was a guest on a radio show at my alma mater at Cabrini. And he was in there for, I guess, the host last show there. Some student, his last show. And it was cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that place. Class of 2012. So it was pretty cool. It was like, oh, okay. captain's starting to come out to my neck of the woods, huh? Some of my old stomping grounds. But so that was cool. It was nice to see that. You know, he seemed to enjoy himself at the latest Flo Rida concert, so you know, that's good. It is fun. I will always suggest to people who haven't done it, if you have a chance to see your favorite performer, music group, whatever, live, you got to do it. It's an amazing thing. I'm happy to say I saw Deftones perform on a few occasions. So way back in the day, shout out to my buddy Big Slim. He found the video. He found someone took had a video of it, a really good video of it, on YouTube of the REM concert back in the 90s at the Spectrum, the old Spectrum. I was there. That was like my first favorite music group. And, you know, so I'm happy to say I saw some of, not all, but some of my all-time favorite groups play live. There's groups I wish I could have seen live. Some of the old grunge groups from the 90s, you know, and such like that, but you know, it just wasn't in the cards to this point, at least. All right, what do they got here? Okay. All right. So this area, see the Burlington's in this Plymouth Meeting Mall. I'm not at the Plymouth Meeting Mall right now. I'm on one of the outside kind of corridors. You know, areas. So there's a Marshall's and there's a Ross. So I'm going to go into those two places and just see what they got. Not expecting to find anything, but you never know. I think one of the best things that I ever found at one of these particular stores was a knit hat in the wintertime, but I just like the colors. Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle knit hat. It was like super cool, you know, to find that, and I don't think I've worn it yet, but but I have it. I mean, it's ready. You know, if I go for a future, you know, whatever, out and about wearing a creamsicle jersey, you know, I can wear that knit hat with it if it's at the winter time. All right, I'm gonna park here. And with the magic of editing, we'll be back. I don't know if I'll be in the car or if I'll be at home the next time I appear on your screen in this video, but we will see. We'll just have to keep that as a surprise. I thought this was kind of funny. So you have all these players from Georgia now and the Eagles on defense, the Philadelphia Dogs. I'm at Dick's Sporting Goods at Plymouth Meeting Mall, and I thought that was kind of funny. I'd share that. Of course, we're in the Eagle section. Lots of birds goodness here. So, here we are. So at Burlington, we're in the hat section. And so, see, this is what I mean. Like, you can find hats from like last season. Like, this is last season's style for the NFL on fields. $13. Got some stuff. But look at this. You know, that's what you're gonna deal with some places. But if you want a Knicks hat in Kings colorway, there you go for Mitchell and Ness. But here's another one. Here's a Washington. You know, last year's style on field. There you go. So they're starting to pop up. Little Phillies, strap back right there. You know, but I mean, it's a mess. Like, look at this. You can't, you know, this is kind of cool, but I mean, Phoenix Suns, Mitchell and Ness. Little like paint splatter style snapback, $13. originally 34. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Like, you know, that's something I would think about, but yeah, that stuff all over the place, man. This is a mess. This is worse than me. I don't keep my hats like that. Here you go, Slim. Here you go. Here's a little Ravens action for you. Here's another one. I think it's from last season. $10 for a stretch fitted, which is cool. You know, good price point. Good price point. There's an Eagles, trucker back, mesh back, I should say. Trucker hat. You got that's like a vintage looking one for $47. You know, like I said, there's some decent stuff in here, but Jordan hat. And nothing in the shirts. Shirt section had nothing. There's more people coming in here, so I'm gonna head out. But got some shoes. See if they have anything. There was nothing in the shirts. I mean, they hardly even had anything in 2X. Stuff was so unorganized. I mean, not that, you know, it's surprising when you look at those hats, but how they had the hat section done. But it is what it is. You never know what you're gonna find when you come to stores like this, you know. Not all of them are as unorganized, but all right, so here we go, 10.5, usually my size. Let's see if they have anything that looks remotely, I mean, look at this, it's like picked over. There's hardly anything here. Yeah, it just doesn't look like there's anything too appealing here, at least for me. But I'm gonna on to the next. Lee's was closed. They had a sign on the door. It's right over there. He had a sign on the door. It said, in observance of Memorial Day weekend, we will be closed on Sunday and Monday. So there goes that plan for dinner tonight. Kind of surprised. Usually on holiday weekends, like, these places stay open because, you know, obviously more people are off. There's more business, you know, what have you. But I understand it. I'll have to get Lee's another time. As we know, that is my favorite hoagie place to go to. I don't go to it all the time just so I keep it a special spot. I mean, if I wanted to, believe me, I would have Lee's a lot more than I have it right now, but, you know, I like to keep it a special spot, so I don't go as often as, say, I would like a Wawa, like a, you know, a Subway, you know, one of these other places that hoagies are readily available. Primos, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be today. So nope. But still a productive day. Picked up a few things out and about, dollar store, what have you. Ended up getting a pair of shorts from Ross, but there really wasn't a whole lot out there. Jersey-wise, there was nothing. I think there might have been like a few soccer jerseys. I just don't know enough about soccer to know what club it was or, you know, what have you. I think I saw at least 2 different, you know, soccer. I guess they're called kits in soccer, so. But no Mitchell and Ness swingman jerseys or any jerseys, Nike or otherwise, to be found. But it's always hit or miss at those places, you know. And as you saw at that Burlington, it was very disorganized in there. it's like, geez, man, I mean, at least keep the place in some sort of decent looking shape. It looks horrible, you know? Stuff all over the place. The clothes were just, like I said, I mean, there didn't even seem to be like a 2X section like on the rack. It went from XL to large. Or 2X, yeah, there was no 2XL. Yeah. So that was Plymouth Meeting Mall, and that mall has fallen on really hard times. It used to be a really nice mall. And probably still has a big carousel in there and all sorts of, there's like a Legoland and all sorts of different things there, but it really isn't what it used to be. I remember when I was young, it used to be one of the best malls in the area outside of King of Prussia, and it's really like a mall of sadness anymore. A lot of stores closed, and obviously the pandemic didn't do it any favors. They tried. They brought in like a Michael's, they brought in a Dick's Sporting Goods, the Burlington, but there's a Boscov's there, but it really isn't. I don't go to that mall very often. I go to that movie theater probably more than I go to the mall because I like the movie theater there. That's, obviously when I filmed last week, I was coming home from this area where I saw Fast 10. I like the movie theater. That mall though is not a great mall, and that Burlington, is never really kept very well. But I haven't seen it like that. Like the hats just sprawled all over the floor. It just doesn't really entice you to want to buy anything, They do business, but it ain't any of my business today, it's just not very enticing when you see them sprawled out on a floor. It's like, what are we doing? You had too many hats for the rack, I guess. You just threw them all on the ground, or people would, drop them or what have you, and just not kept very well. Which is funny because when I went to Ross, there wasn't very many hats at all. They're just, they had them, but they weren't really, team related. It was like, brand hats, whatever. It wasn't very team oriented, which is what I always look for. But as you saw, they're starting to get in some of those, last year's, style on-field, NFL hats, sideline hats, and stuff like that. So, it's starting to get there. And I like last year's look. I liked what they did last year. I got a few of them. I got the throwback Kelly Green Eagles. I got, a few others of the different teams. Because they go well with the jerseys. I like the look of them. I like the style, the look of those hats. But not really interested in a Giants or a Commanders hat. But they have that Ravens hat in there too. But honestly, I think the people who have like the people who do the Ross vlogs, the reason they have the success they do, and there's a lot of misses too, but they're there all the time, like multiple times a week. They know what day is the best day to go and what time is the best time. They probably get alerts from, they probably have insiders giving them alerts to stuff, but they're there all the time. Like, it's what they do as a job, right? They buy stuff from there and they flip them on secondary markets. That's how they make their money. And I'm not hating on hustle, but when you look at their vlogs and you see, oh, look, this jersey, this pair of, the sneakers that they find, it's because they're there all the time, Like you go in like I do, the odds dwindle. What I might do, it's something I was thinking about doing, is do like go there once a week throughout the summer and just kind of see, what can I find if I do it like that, make it like a little challenge kind of thing. And I might vlog it, you know, like a little summer challenge for me. You know, see what can be found if you constantly every week. And I'm not gonna, you know, I'm probably not gonna go multiple times a week, but you know, maybe once a week and hit different places and see what can be found. But you know, it's just something in the brainstorming. Don't know if I'll do it for real or not, but yeah, Burlington, you know. There's another Burlington not far from me. So that's probably the one I would hit most. And there's other, you know, there's other Ross and other TJ Maxx. You know, one of the problems I have with those stores, though, is they have like shirts up on a like a hanger, and you see it, and it's something you kind of like, and then you don't really know where to find the other sizes. They had a nice looking Ghostface shirt at TJ Maxx, but I had no idea. It was just up on a hanger. It was a few of them, but all large, you know, not my size. And I couldn't figure out where even those graphic T-shirts. So anymore, they mix these stuff in with everything. It's like, you know, they don't keep things separated for the most, but it's like, yep, it's in here, it's in here. So you really have to like dig and hunt around sometimes, which I'm not opposed to doing, but you know, I had a few places to go today. So I didn't really hunt, you know, but yeah. Last night I think I put a bit too much Jack in my little chaser I had. Nighttime. I did a Coke, Jack and Coke. You know, I usually put the Diet Coke and Jack and mix that together. And then I think I put a little too much in. I kept falling asleep. I was watching the Angels Marlins game. Shohei was on the mound. And I just kept nodding off. And you know, it's one of those things where I would get up, and it would be like, oh, time to get up, and then you just fall back asleep. I must have done that like 3 or 4 times sitting in that recliner. By the time I finally got up, it was like 4 a.m. I wasn't like hungover. I don't think I've ever been hungover, but I just, you know, a little groggy, you know, nothing really, you know, nothing out of the norm, but like, damn, man, I did want to watch Shohei pitch, but I guess I was tired, I guess. So yeah, I didn't make it to KOP today. I thought I would. Like yesterday, I was thinking, you know, maybe I'll head over, and I'm like, I think I'd rather do this other stuff, go to these other places, you know. And that's what I did. Now I'm heading home. A little later today, going to visit with my mom. She's doing pretty good, which is good. I'm still waiting on getting my Mini Cooper back from the shop. Because it's a European car, some of the parts needed are coming over from overseas, and they're on back order. I forget if I mentioned that in my last vlog. So now, actually I didn't, because I just got that news this week. So it's going to take a little extra time. sucks, you know. I mean, but there's nothing you can do about it. Just wait till they get the part and get it fixed, and then I'll be able to drive it again, which would be nice. This is my daily driver, you know, and it's fine. I don't have anything against the Jeep, but, you know, I would like to, you know, I got the Mini Cooper not long ago. I would like to drive it a little more. But, you know, as long as it gets fixed, that's the important thing. It's gonna cost a bit, but you know, as long as it gets fixed, that's all that matters to me. I just it is what it is. Life's always going to throw you stuff, you know. It's like you have to be ready for the unexpected. And life's always going to throw you stuff. You got to be ready for it. Sometimes I'm asked, like, how often do you wear the jerseys you have? Because you have so many. And, you know, it's all about comfort with me. I wear them. I do. I'm not wearing one now, obviously. It's tough when the weather starts getting warmer because I like being comfortable. And as we know, I sweat a bit. And you know, I love wearing the jerseys. But when it gets warmer and hot, and we get to the real humid weather, oh, then it gets a little tricky. And I don't want to ruin them. You know, I don't want to wear them and sweat through them or something. So I wear them. I do. You know, believe me, I give them wears. It's just like days like today, I'm just relaxing. I'm out. You know, I just want to wear a shirt like this. It's comfortable. I like those. What you call them, those dry fit type material shirts too, you know, whatever those are. I don't know if they call them performance wear or whatever it is, just because they're you know, they're made to absorb some, you know, some sweat or what have you and still be kind of dry, and they dry quick. I like those shirts. I wear those pretty often. I wear stuff like this, which is a lighter shirt, pretty often. I'll wear, you know, usually in the summer, you know, when the weather gets warmer, you know, I'll put on, you know, I'll just wear tank tops around or whatever in the house and maybe go out, you know, in them from time to just to, you know, just to be comfortable. Because well, at the end of the day, as much as I love them, jerseys in the summertime can get pretty hot and heavy. So it even the basketball ones. So I'm kind of careful when and where I wear them. Like, it's easier for me to wear them in the fall through like the spring because it's obviously not hot and humid, and it's just easier for me, and I can wear more variety of them. Like, I can't wear a hockey jersey this time of year. I did put in an order from Cool Hockey, though. I'm not going to say what it is. You have to be surprised when I get it. But this is my second order with Cool Hockey. Because they were doing a sale for the teams that were eliminated. So obviously the teams that are playing right now are part of it, but the other teams is 25% off. I think it's like eliminated 25 is the code, which is a pretty decent deal. So I got a jersey coming at some point once it gets created, put together. But I couldn't wear it like this time of year. No way. You know, a football jersey I can't wear this time of year. You know, baseball I wear, but it can get tough. You know, you wear some of those old, you know, the pullover poly knits from the 70s. You know, the Mitchell Ness or whatever. Even the Phillies, the zip ups or button ups. You know, the powder blues or the old throwbacks, whatever. Yeah, those are heavy jerseys. They're not made like today, you know, the Nike with the vents and everything, or even the Majestic. right before they turned, the flex base, whatever, all those other cool base, all that stuff. They're not made like that, so they get a little hot. And even, like I said, even basketball jerseys, I mean, there's some Mitchell & Ness jerseys you put on, it's like, ooh. There's not a lot of breathing room in these. Just because that's how they're made. You wear some of the older, Mitchell & Ness stuff, and that's just how they are. They're heavier jerseys, from the Peter years. My screen got darker or something happened. I kept getting alerts on my phone. Hopefully I'm still rolling. I think I am. Coming up at a light, I'll check again. But yeah, I mean, and that's why. I mean, it's not that I don't like to wear them. I don't want to wear them. It's just, when we get into the hotter months, it just becomes very difficult. Make sure we're still rolling. We're still rolling, okay. But I mean, as we know, I still have love for them. I still get them, and yeah, I do wear them. It's just sometimes I'm a little careful when and where I wear them. I wouldn't put today as like a overly humid day, but yeah, I mean, you're out in it long enough, you can tell it's not the crisper airtime anymore. But it's a really nice weekend. Someone made a mention. Usually, like Memorial Day weekend around here, I think in the recent years we've had rain and yuckiness. And this weekend we haven't had that. This year we haven't had that. So we've got a really good Memorial Day weekend. And I'm glad for the people who are down at the shore. They get to enjoy that more. And I'm not a big shore goer. I try to get to the shore at least once a year. Usually my buddy Mark M and I have gone. We'll take like what the hell's that guy doing behind me? God. We'll take like a day trip. Although I think this year let's just go for a couple days or something. Because it's hard, you try to fit so much into one day. But, hit the shore, hit the Atlantic Ocean for a bit. We'll go, the boardwalk, whatever, look at the little shops or whatever, get stuff to eat. The boardwalk pizza, obviously. Last few years we've gone to Wildwood, and that's probably where we'll go again this year. But sometime, I don't know when, I want to get a group of friends and maybe just, go down for half a week, whatever, not this year, but one of these years I'd like to do that, because I wouldn't mind spending a little extra time down the shore. But I'm not a big, beach guy. Like, I gotta get in the water. I blame Jaws for that, I do, but there was actually a shark attack in one of the shore towns, one of the Jersey shore towns recently. But it's really not, I don't know. I've never been one of those, I have to get in the water, And I don't like getting sunburned that much either, but so I'm not a huge fan of just being out in the hot sun all day, but it is actually nice at the shore because you get that shore breeze going through, and even on the hot days it doesn't really feel that bad. Although some years ago I was out at Wildwood with Mark M, and I didn't put enough sun lotion on, and oh god, lobster wasn't the right word for afterwards. I was like an overly cooked lobster after that. That was terrible. Oh my god. So remember to put your sunscreen on multiple times. You don't know. Like, it was a cloudy day, and I'm out in the water, and I guess we spent a little, a little more time or whatever. We were just having such a good time, and you just lose track of it. And oh my God, and I started feeling it, walking on the boardwalk, because I had a tank top, and you start feeling it on your skin. And then the next day was, when I got home, I should say, I looked in the mirror, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, that was terrible. So I've tried to be extra careful ever since, like cover up when I'm on the beach, just apply the sunscreen like multiple times, as much as I don't say I bathe myself in it, but put it on enough where I'm hopefully not going to get burnt like that again. But it is what it is, But no, I wouldn't really consider myself like a beach bum, I enjoy it, but to a point. But yeah, this is the start of beach going season here. People go down the Jersey Shore, the Delaware Shore on the weekends. Now through September, I guess. And yeah, we're fortunate enough to be close enough to those shore towns that within an hour or so you can go to different ones, whether it's Cape May or Atlantic City or Sea Isle or, Ocean City, even Ocean City, Maryland, that's another one. Wildwood, all those different places. Avalon, Brigantine, and of course Delaware. I've been to a bunch of them over the years, a bunch of them. I know some years ago, my dad rented one of those houses for a couple weeks, and I went down there. It was around the 4th of July, and I went down there and spent some time. It was a lot of fun. It was cool, to just kind of be there. But hasn't done that since. It was just basically a one-time thing, I guess, and it was fun. It was fun. Some other relatives came later that in the week and such, and it was just a good time. That was in, I believe it was Ocean City, New Jersey. If I'm not mistaken, that's where that was. But, so, I think what I'll do is, after I'm finished with this segment, I will put everything together and we'll put this on YouTube. And I might do another vid tomorrow at some point, Memorial Day. I'll show the hats I got at Mitchell & Ness, and that's about it. I didn't, obviously jersey or hat-wise, didn't do anything this weekend outside of the two I got at Mitchell, so at the flagship. So kind of went light, this weekend, which isn't, it's not a bad thing. Just kind of getting ready for my trip to Maryland in a week, and just gonna have a good time then. I might do some vlogging then. I might not. Just depends on how things are. What my what my vlogging interest level is at that point. Because when you're on vacation, you just want to have a vacation. You don't want to. Have extra things to do, but vlogging is, it's not hard. There's nothing hard about this. It's just, we'll see how I'm feeling at that time. But I thank you as always for watching. I hope you all are having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend 2023. Thank you for the support. Thank you for in advance, right, for the likes, and if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get alerted to all future content. Like I said, I'll probably have another vid up at some point tomorrow, more than likely. And we'll take it from there as I get ready to get on my street and go home. Yep, neighbors' kids are out. They're playing baseball. Playing some baseball. Just don't hit my house. It's okay. Well, thank you all again for watching, and hope I entertained as best I could. But until the next time, you all take care, and I will see you then. And we all remember this weekend, of course, to remember all of those who gave their lives for the various, wars throughout the eras, which unfortunately there was quite a few, and paid the ultimate sacrifice to have us be able to be doing the things that we enjoy today. So let's not forget that that's the importance of not just to have a good time and relax and whatnot this weekend, but that's the importance of Memorial Day weekend. You all take care. I'll see you in the next one.